I know I'm gonna smoke the highest weed.
Jesus.
Weed that was slow me down. Some of them on stage. This a play name, Me and My Chopsy.
Yeah, man. I remember me and my Chopsy, man.
Yeah,
Big play, man.
You know, big play, you know. Me and Dale made out in that show for 6
Yeah.
months.
Do you think about that when you see her sometimes? Yeah. Welcome to the Honey Pot Show. I'm your host, the Stinger Honi B. And today I am delighted to have as my guest Everaldo Creary, creative extraordinaire, a decorated actor, poet, and musician, one of the most singular and talented people I know. Known for films such as Bob Marley One Love, Better Must Come, and The Addy. For plays like Too Many to Mention, so I'm not even about to start. A Prime Minister Youth Awardee of Excellence. A youth Lee Scratch Perry thought was cool. A nomads and a kindred spirit. Welcome, Pukupoo.
No, man. Well, decorate my Christmas tree.
That is it. That is it. You're pretty.
Oh my
right?
God, that was nice.
Thank you.
Who
Thank
write
you.
that?
Me.
Okay, no bad.
How are you?
I'm good, you know. High five, you know. Give thanks.
Give thanks, don't you?
For having me.
Absolutely, man. This couldn't go on without you. You know? No, it couldn't. It couldn't. So the last time we hung out together, we enjoyed a bottle of 19 Crimes, which you don't remember, but it's okay. Hard feelings. So I brought you this bottle of Pinot Noir. I hope that you will enjoy.
Pinot what? Pinot?
Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir.
I hope you'll enjoy it with me. I hope you like it as well.
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
there
you very
go.
much.
Let me know what you think.
Pinot Noir.
All right, I'm not gonna say it again. Coming on if I did say it right, so I'm just gonna repeat this. So. Do you also want me to pour you some water?
Pinot
Noir.
Noir. Yeah, maybe after I taste the.
Cheers.
Cheers to, you know, all the sweetness there is.
That is it.
You know,
that is it.
Because you're a Honi B, you get it. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah? Can go on?
Yeah, it's very girly, you know.
It's girly.
Yeah, it's smooth, it's sweet, you know. It's not.
But it's not too sweet, is it?
Yeah, it's not too sweet, but it's not so dry either. You know?
Yeah, you prefer it dry.
Well, I look more roughness, you know. But it's all good, you know.
It's all good in there.
I love this. Whoa. It's what's the percentage?
It's warming now. That's 15. It looks like 15 to me. Oh, 13.5%. Regular something.
Regular? Right. No, we get drunk off of 4.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll sip it then. And should I pour you some water in the meantime so that you can
space it?
Yeah, man, and just keep yourself.
Yeah, when you see me get tipsy and me talk slow, you know, you just pour
you some water. Yes, okay, we'll do that then. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, alive.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good.
Strong.
So good to have you, Evie. April 28th, ABA.
ABA. Oh.
Congratulations.
I was asking what's that, ABA? The Actor Boy Award.
The Actor Boy Award.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your nomination.
Yes.
Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, don't it? Yeah.
Big things.
That's not bad. That's like my third nomination.
Your third nomination.
Yeah, because my first production was in 2004-5. You know, with Positive.
Yeah.
You know, Positive was my first, you know, real commercial play, and then after that was Jamaica to Royalty. So since then to 2019, I was not nominated for any of my roles.
Just an accent, amazing, like an amazing son. Them not nominate you?
Yeah, but that's an actor.
No, sir. That never right.
It's not right. Something right.
Something wrong.
Well, I wasn't focusing on it after the very first, because I'm very cocky. I can say that word here. You can say cocky. It's all right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying too much. I'm very conceited. No, in terms of
your work,
the confidence. So like from the very first, from Positive.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm not supposed to be up in my feelings in my very first commercial play, But I felt like I was
You were that good.
I was that good because there was a night, them time that there was we're talking about 2004 when the Barn Theatre exists.
Yes, yes.
And in theatre there was always, when the show is very good, the production designate a Monday night so that the other actors in the industry can come and watch the show. So it was that good that they had to, do a special show.
Yeah.
So all the other senior actors would come and watch it. Barn Theatre was ram. And
Barn Theatre a little bit,
Yeah, so even at that moment, I thought some judges would have been there too. I don't know. I didn't know what the process was.
Right.
In all fairness.
Yes.
So when I see that, I said, well, I must get a nod.
Yeah.
No, it never happened. Years later, them remount the show and gave someone else the
role you played?
The nominate in the but that's besides the point. What I was just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just.
So after all these years in the industry, do you think now you have a better understanding of how these nominations work? Because sometimes we can feel at a loss. Like sometimes, like for example, Leonardo DiCaprio. Look how much years the man act for, and I just at a DM get.
Cillian Murphy too. After 20 years, is just one winning. And this is not
Cillian
even
is
amazing. No, but I am the Cillian of Jamaica. So
listen, no, but you are exceptional.
No, but that's why I don't really. Well,
is there a method to it, or is it just madness?
To what? The acting,
the nominations, and the awards and everything.
Well, to the Actable Awards, they have their judges. A set of judges who go around and they watch the shows if they're invited.
If they're invited, so if they're not invited,
they should make their way, but you should make it a duty to make sure they are there.
Because then, how do you get considered?
Yeah, you have to make sure they're there because theater is it's not like theater is so lively. I mean, it's lively now, it's much, but you have to let them know that you're having a show.
Yeah.
Then you sign up. You have to sign up. You have to enter your production in the various categories.
Oh, right. And that's what a lot of people don't know about award shows, that you do have to actually apply sort of in a way for the things.
Yeah. So even with me being upset in my early days, I don't know if my production side did apply.
Or if anybody did nominate you.
You know what I mean? So got over my feelings.
You live and you learn.
You live and you learn, but I wasn't focusing on that. But even after that, it took so many years, and for me, I would have loved. Well, I'm coming out of an award culture because it's JCDC. We're just doing it for medals and awards, so it means a lot.
It does.
But I could suspend that and just focus on the feedback from the people.
Yeah. So we know that COVID did, sort of put a damp on a lot of things and halted a lot of things. So this year, ABA is back in person. Is there anything you're looking forward to for the actual live show itself?
Well, I remember one of my first Actor Boy Award, attending it.
Oh, please tell me. But then you were a certified lover boy.
Yeah, for it. Yeah, you know something I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, come used to meet up and okay, fine. I am still a certified lover boy.
Yes, I understand.
Anyways, it was the whole excitement around getting your outfit or your suit, uniquely made and turning up and parading. And for me at that younger age, it was just seeing the other veterans in one space, And the industry needs that. Any industry needs that moment where everybody can gather.
How important is it to be recognized by your peers?
Especially
the veterans.
That's called, you're asking me about external validation.
Yes, I am. I am asking you if it matters to you what other people think of your work.
At one point, it didn't matter, right?
At what point? Early on?
Yeah, when you're self-motivated. In the frame of mind, if you're self-motivated, external validation don't matter, you know, and they always say that in the mind books and other, you know. However, I think it's a matter of balance, you know, because you need to have validation within, for sure. But external validation is almost like a human nature. You know, it's like a hug. You know, as much as you can hug yourself,
it hits different when you
it hits different when you hug someone else, and it's the only time it's the closest two separate hearts can become.
Yeah.
Between any two human beings, the closest our heart can become is in a hug.
True.
All right. So it's on an energetical level, you know, on an emotional level, physical, all levels. Like togetherness is our function. So it's a balance about. And then say, show me your company and I tell you who you are. And
True.
So to be validated by your peers is important, especially, you know, when you're putting in the effort. So, you know, in JCDC, there was this JCDC have a thing where you get a merit.
Yes, you get a merit.
Yeah, which is kind of low, but you get something.
You do.
know?
You do get something. And you talk about JCDC a lot because that's sort of what bred you, right? You
Breathe me.
bread. Bread. Hey. You went to Casey. By the way, this year you guys are celebrating 100 years.
That's why you're wearing the nails?
Yes, and also I hope you notice as well, that's why the set is purple. I don't know if you noticed the lighting and yeah, take a little look over there. So
it's true.
So when you look at the finished product,
you are. It's because
it's because of you. I just wanted to celebrate you.
Okay,
nice. Congratulate you. And you guys just won champs as well.
And I like the style. It's lavender. It's giving me a lavender.
Yes, I was hoping purple, but fine. And you guys just won champs as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the usual thing.
Yes. Yeah. And
congratulations to the boys, the gentlemen, rather.
Yes, indeed. And also, Casey produced you, Nomads.
Yes, Casey did produce Nomads, you know, which...
And Nomads being one of the only... I don't know if there's anyone who's gotten it now, but to have gotten a perfect score from JCDC is insane to me.
You know, I was at PBCJ. You know where that is?
I don't know where it's located, but I know it.
Yeah, so they have this... Every month, once a month, they show the programs that used to come on JCDC and old films and stuff. So I was there recently, and you know, that came to me because I saw one of those vintage actresses.
Yeah.
And I just had a flashback, a nostalgic moment, because the second time we got 100, because we got it twice.
Sorry.
I'll explain it to you.
Yes, sir.
Was at the national finals. And I remember we coach Peter Eslap just cussed you up because we got 100 before.
Yeah.
And we came late. So he's like, we're done star and no rehearse and rehearse.
Yeah, man, no.
Yeah. So I'm cussing. After proper cussing, we were on the stage. I distinctly remember Little Theatre me perform. It's 7 away. You don't know you gotta do your verse, you project it out to the entire theatre. It was 4 women who got as judge.
Wow.
And they were on the upper floor. And I didn't see not one of them write anything. They all got up out of the chair and at the edge of the balcony watching the performance.
Wow.
Not that about the likes of I can't remember the name, but it's like in the ear of people like Margaret Newland. I don't know if you know those names, you know. But
that's incredible because any judge that's judging for JCDC is obviously people.
Yes, they use the veterans. That's all we love with JCDC.
All right. So for them to be standing and watching so intently your performance.
Yeah, I would never forget that. I see that.
So what did that perform there?
It was poverty piece, but the tough. The delivery was different. JCDC, we dub poetry is what we enter every year.
Yeah.
And one year Andrew Barber said, I is say him come up with this idea of having dub poetry on song. Because you have the speaking choir,
Right.
which is chorus speaking category. So he's thinking of bringing dub poetry into a choir too. That was his idea.
Yeah.
And out of that, you needed at least seven members to enter. We had seven members, but we were entering individually, competing ourselves every year.
Oh.
So, it was always just Casey, the seven Casey boys dominating the poetry category.
Yeah.
So when they made the group with us team up together, it was just a super thing. So the first elimination, we got 96. This is without 96 out of 100.
Jesus Christ.
Elimination. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Then parish final, 99.6.
What about the point
Parish,
4?
the point 4, I think
not
parish
anymore.
final we never have no costume.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
that's ridiculous. We were getting that grade at parish final.
Yeah.
Regional final with costume, 100. Remember, we're graded out of diction, enunciation, interpretation, costume, projection. These are the categories.
Right.
They say we get 100. Unheard of. I think I must say Oliver get that.
No, I'm telling you. Like, remember, I am also a product of JCDC. Okay?
And them time they forget a gold medal, they forget between 95 and 100.
Yeah.
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 No, you can get 70.
You guys are legends, man.
And then the national final is the same thing.
Yeah. So then Nomads is born. Are you guys still performing together?
No. No, I mean, it is what it is right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now you are doing a lot of solo work, a lot of interesting stuff. I'm so excited for this song that you did, the cover of India Ari's I Am Ready for Love.
Yeah, because, so 2016 when the members left, got, choose life and leave.
Yeah.
Then in 2019, me and Sheldon did an album with Wildfire.
Oh.
And then that's when COVID came. We were promoting it. We were in Dubai at this festival called Soul DBX, a sneaker festival. We were in South Africa. Nelson Mandela grandson did invite to there. At that time, Yadi just did premiere too, so it was hot. On we way back, we were in Miramar for not just one celebrity football match, but they were screening Yadi at Miramar too, and we were also there.
How was that?
That was beautiful too, just to tell the story of how we got into the project with Idris. And then when I came back, that's when the COVID shut down.
Yeah.
And then since then, I have been reflecting and making decisions that would just make me feel a little bit more fulfilled, within
That's
myself.
important, right?
Right. Yeah. That creative that creative juice, that creative energy within me is still, still has ways to go and help me envision it. So I'm just embracing it right now. So that's all I came up with. Not even how, I just embraced the new times, and I met this awesome instrumentalist producer over the internet. His name is Bob Rhythm. He's from Canada. He's a French, and he's like, when he reached out to me, it was at a moment when I was doubting almost everything in my life and thing. So, but the most important thing was the creative doubt too. That juice was drying up in a sense. And when him reach out and say, "Yo, more you do a song with Lee Scratch Perry, I kind of laugh off and I say, I ask Lee Scratch that, and he say, yeah, him ask him and say yes. But he was watching, I had visit Lee Scratch Perry like just recently and he was watching it. But the fact that him reach out and him said to me, yo, I love your vocals and I want to do some work with you and, this is what I have in mind. I can't pay you, but, I can record all of your ideas and we can make music together.
Yeah.
And then that's how it started in around 2021. And then from then we just start making music, archiving and making music. So, and the thing with music, I'm from old school, so, well, personally too, with music, it's like just getting in the rhythm of making it in terms of finding a song, finding my voice.
Yeah.
And him help me with that in terms of expressing and getting things out. And it make every beat there is, it's amazing. So we have so much music. So between that time to now, I'm ready now because I have so much music in the yeah. So many reasons why I did that song.
Yeah, tell me, because I was thinking to myself, is Evie ready for love? Is that what's happening here? Or?
Well, it's in there is brilliant,
Yes.
with the writing.
Big up to Indari.
Yeah, big up in there. I think that lyric is really, well, I take it to be like a self-love too, because to say all them words that to someone is almost a state of vulnerability and thing, or something you'll have to really experience with yourself before you can share it. So it was really just a conversation. I see it as a conversation with myself. That's why in the lines when she said, because remember she's singing to a guy, right? She's singing to a partner, male partner. So she said, thinks with his heart. So I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm like, imagine a female think this of you, and the lyrics go, respect the spirit world and, thinks with his heart, a man who knows music, a man who loves art, a man who loves music. Yeah, that's me. A man who loves art, that's me. Respect the spirit world, that's me. And thinks with his, I'm like, yeah. So, twofold. Not only to hear it from the female is good, but for me to say that to a female about myself, that means I would have reached a place where.
I think that's powerful.
Yeah.
Because when I was listening to it, I did hear, come here, I say, Evie, keep the lyrics that we're there. And it made me think. But you are so right, because I've been doing quite a bit of reading on what love means or what it means to be in love, and a lot of what I've been coming across is simply that when you love somebody, you feel like you love somebody, it's more so that they've awakened within you a place that is love. So it's like them unearthed inside of you, like it's a coming home to you. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like you find that place in you that where love lives.
Yeah. Yeah, where it lives. Because then it's weird to be just depending on it to be coming from the other part. Yeah. So if both person come full up, you know what I mean? Yeah, because so that's the idea. But I was going through a breakup at the moment and I felt like I wasn't deserving of love. You get me?
I got you.
Right. So that was was a song to myself.
Yeah.
I'm saying, of course you do deserve love, but most importantly from yourself, So then it was a journey of understanding the type of love I like, or how am I loving myself?
Yeah.
Because when you know that, you know what kind of love to accept, or in the right direction.
Yeah.
But love is weird too, because it's also very limited to just relationship or intimacy. It's wider than that.
It is, right,
Yeah.
right.
To me, I think it's just down in the fact that how much level of gratefulness you vibrate on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I had to do to really start my healing process, was just to think that to be grateful that I could learn something from the experience and not use it to feel like there's no hope again.
Not to get jaded or bitter or lock off your heart or build up
One
walls.
lock off heart,
You understand?
up on the cliff, like
Exactly, all of that.
like, yeah, but it's easy to go there. Which
It is.
so easy to go
It
there.
is.
It's crazy.
It is, because
Yeah.
it's so hard, and because, you know, I mean, them never really teach you how to deal with them thing. Yeah,
Well, I mean, so when you're in a relationship, I read this book called Celestine, the 9 Celestine Prophecies.
yeah,
And they talk about energy, I mean, attention. So when someone drains your energy, it's anywhere attention goes, energy goes.
yeah,
Right? So the draining of energy is a thing because naturally we need to re-energize our energy, right? So from the book is saying from a child, we get in the habit of getting our energy from human beings in the form of their attention.
yeah.
So as a baby will cry for the attention, and we get up and, pet you and thing. And then we grow into that now. Now when we're in a relationship, we have two being you're feeding off each other's energy. What happens if I come in with a low energy this time and you're in there with a low energy? How we're gonna maneuver that?
Yeah.
So if we become more intelligent about that, we realize that we shouldn't be seeking attention, too much attention or that energy from another human being.
Yeah.
It should be about nature.
Cultivating that energy in yourself and within.
Well, not just with yourself, but with nature. So for instance, you like the moon?
I love the moon. I'm a moon person.
Alright,
Okay.
you can't lie. You didn't. It's not a lie. Only it's a lie because you were dumb like this and you're like, I love the moon. I'm a moon person. No, but that's what I mean with the energy. So you just live up,
Yeah.
I wasn't like that for the moon. And you have people who are not like that, maybe for the moon or for anything nature.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get them,
Yeah.
but maybe their partner will,
True.
yeah. So, but there's an issue with that because you can't be, your source can't be coming from something so temporary. It's, Christians will talk about it's like God then. Your source, your strength is coming from God.
Right.
And just focus on God, right? It's the same thing. It's taking the where I get my energy from away from my partner. It's somewhere else where both of us can go to. So say for instance, in a relationship, we make it a duty to, watch the moon together or examine each other thing that makes us spring like that, What makes us spring like that? Is it going by the river, or is it just getting the flowers, or is it taking a road trip, So, or is it just being by yourself,
Yeah.
So when two partners are together, if they're focusing on making sure each partner and have those moments and cultivate those moments, then I think it will be much better because you realize that you should have time apart and time together.
True.
Yeah. Rather than just...
You have to have...
Because I like being...
Yeah, well, like the cuddly and the quality time and all
I'm
of
Capricorn
these things.
too, I would just switch.
I'm Aquarius.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see
Oh, you just need a
I
time.
just need
Which is good.
I don't
And
know.
that's the thing. We have to learn to be able to be apart and have our own hobbies and interests outside of each other. Because your partner can't be everything for you.
No, you
They can't.
can't.
They can't.
You know, and the only thing that can be everything for you is really life.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why when the Rastaman them say a life, you know, and those are two things growing up. Like Rastaman, I grew up who inspired me, leave me with like they were into life and joy. You know, all that joy, when they have that joy and life, you know. I don't know if it changed, it kind of changed now. I don't know what's happening. But growing up, them elders there is just life and joy for them money, you know.
True.
So, you know, them money run joke or keep them spirit. So, you know, your childish you know, that youthfulness.
Yeah.
And that's why I stay close to theater because it's the only safe space that
It's
keep
true.
that
It
consistent.
keeps you youthful
Yeah.
and you
And
know,
don't
it's
judge
something
you.
that you love.
Yeah, if my next partner could be like theater, that would be awesome.
All right. So this part of the show is called "What's the Story?" Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, you have to tell me, no. And we have courtesy of Chef Bling some hot wings. Yeah. So if you can't tell the story,
If we eat
you
a
have to
wing.
eat a wing. You understand what I
I
said?
must say, yo, the rest never eat no wing the scars. I'm dear story, rest I want to tell you right now. Fried for no mash up them wings there.
Good, good. So you were just telling me that.
So the sauce, no, not for dip it in that. No.
Oh yes, we do. Andrew, our wonderful videographer, brought some sauce from his mom.
Yeah.
His mom's making sauces.
Mama got a sauce, yeah.
So on the last show, Chef Bling did come up with a honey dip sauce, but today we are having Miss Mac sweet chili sauce. Hey. So it's also a tad bit spicy.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. Nothing to kill us yet. How did you and your son's mom meet? What's the story?
Let me eat one of this,
What the?
Cha!
Was it love?
Cha!
I'm sure you were in love.
Why we need to speak about
Because
this?
you were pretty young, eh? What? How old were you when you guys met?
I met her in high school.
High school.
She used to go St. Hugh's, and I used to go KC. I don't even remember how I met her. I just know I met her through my brethren. My brethren, Birdie, Chris, did have a friend named like, and she was a friend of that friend. And that's how we met.
Yeah. Was it love?
Well, you know, I liked her. We used to go at girlfriend yard. You know, it was an uptown experience for me too. But it was cool. They were very cool and accepting and inviting, and that's where I remember at that gathering I get to see her up close properly and thing, and it was, you know, I couldn't.
You were like, damn.
Yeah, I couldn't. And it was weird for me because I didn't have the skill of courting because, you know, I was still a virgin. I didn't break my virginity till I was like maybe 22.
All right, I can't wait to hear that story, but go on.
Yeah. So I remember that night at that, you know, I was pressuring her and she was like, nope, you're not going to get my number. I'm not going to be with you, XYZ.
Did she say why?
I think I found out. No, she never said why, but I found out that she had
What are you reaching for?
Oh, sure, I was in a relationship. No, it's because me that think, you know.
Yeah. Oh, she was in a relationship at the time.
I think so. But then, long after, not even so long, maybe that was like school time, and then I moved out to Bull Bay, and I took her off my mind and thing. But then one day I was leaving Bull Bay with my friend and saw her walking across the road. Out of Bull Bay. I was like, what? I was like, bro, stop the car right. I was like, you live in my neighborhood. I was like, destiny, right? And then, you know, I don't know if she's gonna beat me if I tell this story. But
you can handle it.
yeah, and then I remember from that moment, every time coming home, I used to just stop by her place to check up on her. You know? But what was happening, because I just started being active sexually.
So she wasn't the one that took your virginity
No.
because you had tried and then she had turned you down and then you had moved on.
Oh well, no, because for me, trying at that time wasn't sex.
Oh no, I mean trying to get with her.
Yeah, was just relationship. I never at that time I never think about.
No, because you're past
Yeah,
that son. You're not fear
yeah,
about
I
no
could
sex.
be in a full blown relationship not having sex with a
No,
person.
I
Think that
mean-
it's valid until my friends say, "Hey, you don't bang it yet. That's not your chick, bro." I was like, man, I didn't know that.
I didn't know I had
No,
to have
because I had a
sex.
girlfriend before. My first girlfriend in high school broke up after 2 years, and we still never had, you know. So it was, anyways. So then that's when I met her, and then even at that moment, I wasn't ready for her too. So I remember one time I was saying, "Yo, you're just for the commitment." You know, when a guy can know when a girl is just perfect for commitment. You know, some guys are really dishonest, so they will promise that commitment type commitment just
Talk about it.
just to get some of the commitment. And then after it did go weird.
Yeah.
So I was just being honest. I was like, you're a commitment type, and I'm not ready to commit. But I was always just looking for her. And then I remember one day she said, "Yo, I have to stop come look for her because she'll get serious in our relationship with this other person." Yeah. And then I was like, okay, all right, I respect that, and then we went separately. And that was like maybe for 2 years.
My gosh.
And then after that 2 years, I saw her again because we're still in it. Yeah. And she was like, that now work, the relationship never was on its way down. I was like, what?
It was meant
Maybe
to be,
this
man.
is an opportunity, And then that's when I went crazy
Yeah.
love letters and
Sure.
weird things.
Nice.
Yeah, those days were horrible when I look back.
What is horrible?
Man, I used to write love letters like
I
crazy.
love love
It's
letters.
crazy. It's horrible.
It's
And
great.
then I was a bait too, because more time I'm a friend, them have to help me out. Quote time. I was like, yo, he likes you.
But it was a love that was supposed to happen because he brought forth a beautiful life.
Yeah, it was. And I think that's my son is 14. I haven't gone back. I haven't had sex since for the last
Damn.
14 years.
Wow, that must be hard for you.
Yeah, it's but
Is that what
celibacy is good.
Is that what ended your last relationship?
What the?
Celibacy. She couldn't take it anymore, could she? Just sick and tired of your celibate.
But yeah, I mean, I think I'm lucky to have given my son such a mother, or
Yeah.
I've chosen,
That mother face.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna say the same for me, but as a father, but I think I made an awesome decision with that, and I think it's a very huge decision to make. And
I think so too. To create life.
Yeah, whether a female too, female or male, the biggest decision you can ever make is who's gonna parent your child. with you.
Yeah.
Because you
It can
cannot,
be held.
you can't divorce that connection. So even though, because we grew apart, right? It's not like we're the same now, but the amicability, the
amicability.
go again.
Amicability.
The amicability, because the old mood is amicable.
Good.
That, the civility, the open-mindedness, the smartness, the emotional intelligence, the focus, the youthful focus, the period, the maturity there. Yeah.
Have it.
Yeah, she have it.
Good.
I
love that. Big up yourself,
always
mama.
big up for that,
Straight.
Yeah, so she's moved on, she have her own life now, and her new partner and another child too.
Aw.
So it's a it's an interesting situation, you know. But what it does for me, you know, because I grew up in a domestic violent home too, so I grew up with my parents fighting. I never liked that.
Oh.
So imagine me as a youth now saying, I don't ever want to be in a fight with my partner. You know, it triggering to me. It traumatized me to see. You know,
I understand.
yeah, your loved ones fighting. And I've had friends in a relationship with them give me the baby for all and them a
And
fight.
them a fight?
You get me? And say, I was like, why I would never do that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be. So making that decision with myself now affect me and how I go about relationships, good and bad too.
Yeah.
Because but the good part is that I don't want to be involved in such a toxic behavior. So
I agree.
so I would never cultivate the relationship, especially with that of my son's mother, or you know.
Is it that you felt like things were going in that direction, and so?
Oh no. You see, the relationship is much deeper than sexual attraction, and I think our generation put too much emphasis on
sex.
sex. It's important. Sexual energy is a powerful energy, and it can be used for healing, but it can be misunderstood or overemphasized. Because with a relationship, a lot of people grow old. You have old people in relationship. You know, the sex is not going to be the same as
No.
Yeah. So to some people, you know, that's why some people have cheating as the biggest thing.
It's not for you.
Cheating? No, because you can be not cheating, but you just don't know how to conduct yourself in public space around me, or you don't know how to speak life into me, or you're, you know.
Yeah. You don't have vibes.
You
You
know,
just.
vibes, you know,
You're not positive. You just
positive,
everything. You just have make both. You just.
yeah.
It's just hard to be around. Your vibration is so low. You just have
Yeah.
drag me down into the
Yeah.
pits with you.
So all is not well just because you're not cheating. Not that I want you to just go and cheat too.
Yeah, I'm not begging you to cheat, but
Yeah.
at the same time.
And cheating, yeah, so much emphasis too, because you have a relationship that have survived cheating. So I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know. And sometimes we misinterpret cheating. The thing that we're not ready to discuss is maybe
Monogamy?
both gender. Yeah, you know, is it within our nature to
Be monogamous?
be monogamous? I don't think it is, right? Not that I'm saying monogamity or being monogamous is not, having one partner is not a good thing. It's healthy, especially these times. Blah blah black sheep. You can do whatever you want. However, if it's something that is unnatural, then what we should be doing is to allow people, each other, to genuinely grow out of the desire for others.
So just give each other one whole heap of rope. Make your do it and do it till you're tired of doing it.
Well, no, just don't call. A lot of people call the relationship a relationship before.
Before it's a relationship?
Yeah, before each partner is like at the place where, you know, I desire no one else but you. It's a feeling, you know.
When is a good time then?
No, when is a good time? All right, this is all I think it should be. It might take forever, right?
Right, me answer Kyle, you're
It
thinking
will take forever.
well, life's not that long.
But, you know, if you just meet someone you're dating and it's not exclusive, so maybe you're dating around and you tell this person, you know, I'm dating, right? All right, and then we're not apart until we realize that, you know, what if we could take it a little, you know, deeper?
The next step,
Yeah,
next
how
level.
do you feel about after you dated around? How do you feel about the market? And you're like, you know,
I don't like what I'm seeing.
Like what I'm seeing. I think I'm gonna stay by
I prefer your
myself.
company.
All right, you prefer my company. That's pretty straightforward. Then we can say, all right, are we ready to try exclusive? Like we are, you know, we're just dating each other. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like when we met, you'd have to tell me that you're dating exclusively. And then we are roll and you say, yo, you know, some film that try the exclusive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, will you try that with me? You know, it's all right. I think I'm ready.
But in the midst of all of that dating, is there sexual intercourse?
It's your body. You can choose what you want.
Okay, very well.
Because it's exclusive.
No, before it got exclusive.
Before it got exclusive, that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if, you know, say for instance, I just meet you at the bar, right? And, you know, I'm like, I can't be your partner right away. You need to get to know me.
Yes, of course.
But if I talk you up nice and I get your contact, right? What happened between then? I can't be, you know, because they give each other vex. I don't own you.
No, you don't.
No. Calm down. You know what I mean? And likewise with myself. So it's like, then if the honesty is happening, you know, say for instance, you guys start sharing what is happening, and you know, you'll be like, you know, I had this encounter recently, you're talking about it. Fine. How is dating going on? No. But you're showing each other that you're interested.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna be exclusive now. Would you try that? And you're like, no, I'm not ready. Maybe give me 3 more months, let me see.
3 months, yeah.
3 months come and that's happened. I was like, okay, fine. And you question me, you think I'm ready?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, maybe I think so, but we try the exclusive thing. And you try the exclusive thing, but still it's about you in your own self feeling whether or not I could really stomach this one person for the rest. Speak into the mic. Speak into the mic.
Oh, is that the mic?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't see that. Oh, see that. Pay attention. It's that? Okay.
It's on?
Yeah, it's that here?
It's a tape?
Guys on a rib.
Guys on a rip.
Alright, okay. Yeah, what it sound like you have a formula? Sound like you have a formula.
Yeah, it's a very long formula, but it's the only thing
It
that
works.
can work. Because what you're going to do is...
Okay, have some people have drag it out after the 3 months, them still get to go around.
Yeah, and you'll be in a relationship in your head and you and the partner.
And the person not in a relationship with you.
And then it's not even their fault. It's just that they're still promiscuous or still just not ready for it.
Ready.
You know? Because I have to say to myself, say, yo, you know, no one else get me excited like you do. No, imagine someone saying that genuinely for you, just genuinely. And then you, at the same time, feel that genuine for the person. It clicks. And you'll be like, yeah, man, I just want your company. And you can be, then you can probably go straight to marriage after that because there's no way you can enter marriage or living with someone without you guys going to do yourself. And if you're not there yet and you're parring together, you have to have that leniency to know that that person is growing, or are you facilitating each other growing in that direction of not design. So therefore, there should be much more patience and understanding. So that's why at a certain point, being angry over cheating don't make sense.
I see what you're saying.
At a certain point, because, you know, all right, say for instance, because remember where we're coming from, we're trying to suppress something that we're ignoring is natural. Our instincts, we're animals. You know, dogs and cats, they don't have this problem. Why do we have this problem? Well, maybe they do, you know.
You see them fight sometimes.
Dirty attitude. But, you know, it's like, you know, can we do that? Right? But everybody's into quickly possessive, owning the other person, you know. My girlfriend right now, and you're my boyfriend, and then you're like, it's me alone, you know. But we have to be very realistic. And that's just on a physical, biological urge senses, right? And that's for people who are over sexualized.
Those are some very important and good points, especially for the dating scene now, the dating pool now, with a lot of people feeling like there just simply isn't enough partners, available partners, and feeling like time is running out And yada. I think at the end of the day, we really just have to just relax, calm down in ourselves, accept what it is, lay your cards on the table, give it some months, and if the person still isn't where you may have gotten to, then let it be.
Yeah, because you have to learn to love. Because that's what I'm saying. The love is too conditioned and transactional and dependent upon.
Talking about
No one is-
transactional.
yeah.
Jesus, like-
No one is. So that's why love is really a thing where it's within your own self. You have to find your fountain, your infinite fountain of love.
Yeah.
So that love, when you're giving love, it don't feel like you're giving away something that you need compensation for.
Yeah. True. Like you need to have something reciprocated.
Yeah, no.
Because if you don't get that, then you can't give that.
Nah.
Tit for tat. We're not depend that.
No. So once you're not dwelling there, so
Yeah.
you go about like that, you can know who have that kind of energy
The right
too.
person for you.
Yeah.
Or you just spend the rest of your life alone. Right. All right. So
Another story.
what's the worst thing you've ever done on set? The worst, most embarrassing thing you've ever done on set? What's the story?
Worst embarrassing thing.
Yeah, we really don't want nobody to know about you. Like, you was just like, damn, if anybody finds this out, crazy.
Crazy find out.
Because you've been on so many sets
Yeah.
over so many years. There must have been someone up at some point where phew, it was a little nerve-wracking, but you got through it and nobody knew about it.
Nobody knew.
Well, maybe
I have a
one
few.
person.
I have a few.
Gonna.
One time we went on tour with Dela Harris, Johnny, Christopher, Jamaica Torati,
Yeah.
and we never do the show for a while, so we fly up, and Dela Harris was saying, let's do lines rehearsal, guys, line rehearsal. And everybody else was like, no, worry about lines. I could learn the dance and the blocking and don't worry about lines. Fine, Dela is like, okay, fine. We're at the theater now, and them theater there is much bigger. You know, the dressing room, they're 1 mile away from the wings. So it's my turn to go on stage. It's a solo piece. And I'm supposed to be on top of a rectangular box. It's rectangular. So it's slim, and I'm on top of it, pretending I'm in a tree making a phone call. But because it's a bigger venue, it's not like the Barn Theatre where the boxes are a little small. Everybody's like cafe theatre in Jamaica. Out there it's bigger, so the box has to be bigger to, you know. My first time going on the box, so
Yes.
it was a little bit too high for me. I'm in like heights and so.
Oh, it's the heights, man.
And me dip on the box, but me never do the line rehearsal, so you know, say the lines are so fresh in my head. When the box rocks a 2 times, I'm near a drop. Look like the lines drop out of my head. I was still up there, but I couldn't remember anything.
So what did you do?
I end the monologue. So it's like the monologue is about me calling for and begging for money.
Right.
Begging for things because of hurricane. I mean, I beg. And by the time I say, hello, line's gone. I don't know what to talk about from the line.
Are you serious?
Serious.
So you do? You just
end the, yeah,
right at the hello?
Yeah, but that's all right. Here, that's embarrassing. Like when me chuck off for that and come off,
You
black
chuck
out.
off.
I mean, what am I going to still here doing if I don't know the lines? I end
And
it.
you play a continue.
Yeah, there's more to do again. So the end it now, throw everybody off.
Exactly, because what the hell was that?
By the time Regional Wings in a chaos backstage, you know,
They
what
must
they
cost-
run up and down. I think it was like Dayla Nix, you know, she put on some old things and
And Jeffrey hurry up.
run up.
But she would have been putting this on while you were delivering your monologue. You didn't deliver your monologue, so here we go.
That's one. I have a next one with Dayla too. I don't know I'm gonna smoke the highest weed.
Jesus.
Weed ever slow me down. Some of them on stage. This a play near me and my chapsy.
Yeah, man, I remember me and my chapsy, man.
Yeah,
Big play, man.
You know, big play, you know. Me and Dela made out in that show for 6 months.
Do you think about that when you see her sometimes?
I'll never forget. It's all right, Delia. Yeah, all right. You know, it's one of the peaks of my career moments.
All right, that is it.
So one night in the show, the choreography is for her to fall on me in the settee. I don't know, but just extra light on the stage. I'm falling. She literally have to fall on the settee before me to catch me. So now the blocking that go wrong, I'm on top of her in that. Then now, the same moment, I'm there and there's a pause at the front and she looks at me. She go, you're lying. And I'm like, no, you're lying. And she said, no, it's you. And I'm like, oh, yes. And all that happened
In seconds.
in seconds. And like, there's nobody else in my career I've done that with. And the audience will know we're at the front of the stage. I'm not staring at her in the moment. And she look in my eyes and know that there's no lines there.
Yeah.
Just do don't have lines.
No.
And me confident, I say, you're a line woman.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And embarrassing. And then now, to top it off, recently I was at Little Theatre
Yeah.
in another Dela Iris production. And this scene is called Man Talk, where it's tackling mental health among men. And it's a comedy play. And this is the only serious moment in the play.
Wow, this is important.
Very important.
Okay, yes.
As you know, the acting is gonna prove
Yeah.
itself now. We're gonna switch the whole mood or the whole vibe of the audience. And it's working.
Now we know if it makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
So in it and we'll go. I think the poem go, them say we're toxic, but we are human first. Oh, the desert long for rain, a soul thirst for healing from the chains, them binding we in this hurricane of pain. We need to break free. And then, you know, Kenzik start. And then I think it start with me, I said, sound like me and the toxic in that, sound like me and the poison in the ear. Real man no cry, something blah blah blah, and it's a go on. You wouldn't believe what ran out on the stage in that silence.
What ran out?
A rat. A rat. Bigger than these wings put together. Ran. I was on stage right. The rat run from stage left. Run to Junior box. Run to Kenzik box. By the time I reach Kenzik box in the middle, right? Me and the audience are giggle. So I say, no man, I do the show you too much time. The audience not supposed to giggle at that
so
moment.
funny, right?
You know what's so moment? Because it's in the moment when Junior say, like Junior I talk about love, you know? I must say, him tired feel like him basically say him tired feel go around. He want a real woman now instead of to be a player. I must say, I suffer. I remember that line. I suffer. And when you say suffer, them I laugh. I say, what's happening? When I look, come have a glimpse, because it's a scene where each person in a spotlight, so we can look over on them. Glimpse. So when I glimpse, the rat was leaving Kenzik's box, coming towards me. That rat.
You're afraid of rats?
When the rat reached right our foot, remember the audience a laugh right to
Right.
My ghost left me, you know, because when I go, it's like the first reaction was like, remember me, I tugs out the thing, you know.
Yeah, do that.
So I'm go, I'm going to bring it back. Bring it back. And
They must have dead.
And I had to be so composed. Swallow the laugh, they swallow everything.
Remarkable.
For go right back into the serious moment. Man, and I don't think we brought it back at all. Because
It would have been a miracle.
the rat stole that show.
I'm not sure.
So yeah. That was. It's embarrassing.
I think we should try one of the wings. Just because you've been so great, you've answered most of the questions. All right, we ready?
Them want burn me out, but.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
But-
I'm gonna start with this one, and I know it's a big one, but here we go.
But it's a vegan chicken, right?
Yeah, man, it's vegan. It's a vegan chicken. It's
So over pepper this now.
so this is courtesy of Chef Bling, and they're supposed to be hot. You know, let's see if we can handle them. And of course, we've got from Miss Mac sweet chili sauce. So you know, yeah. Oh, you want to light up first before you try it. All right. I'm gonna wait for the eyes still, car. You know.
And then we're gonna pray too.
Okay. All right.
God is good. God is great. Let us thank Him for this plate. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Which one?
Ufa sauce are you using?
Oh, this is Miss Mac's.
Miss Mac?
Yes. Sweet chili sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could try one, you understand? Pick up Chef Bling.
Chef Bling.
Yeah. He does catering. He does meal prep for people, so right now I'm busy, you know, I drop off food for people, you know what I'm saying?
People ask me, so what's your diet? I'm like, I'm a flexitarian.
Alright, that is it.
But
We can't hungry, right? It's got a kick.
yeah, and put pepper in it already.
That man is spicy.
So we never need no extra pepper.
Oh, he was just calling me, Andrew, actually. Maybe I'm gonna check your phone, Andrew. I think he may be back. No, we have to finish it. We have to finish it, man. You can do it, man. I can do it. If me, for that pepper, so they do this.
I love pepper is hot.
All right, with that.
Wings.
Get your question there.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, you have to give me a story, or you have to eat a wing.
We should not, you know, come and give someone a story.
Yeah, but we just have to. We can't have a wing them just there, so I look
Don't
now.
you come down, yeah. What you know?
So
Style them our style, you know, rasa eat chicken.
they're vegan.
It's vegan chicken.
Not real wings. So
You know that broccoli. If you make the batter, like you know when you have fried chicken and you make the batter, you dip the broccoli in it and fry it like that. You can get broccoli wings.
yeah, or they have cauliflower wings too.
That's what I meant. Cauliflower. Broccoli and the green one, right?
Yeah. It's okay,
Yeah.
Tangible.
Yeah. So the cauliflower.
But
cauliflower not real either.
But you're going for this house, man. I can't handle it, man. Whew. So my next question to you is, right? You've been acting for so many years, right? And you've acted in films and plays where you've had to be romantic and
Me, no?
there with people in a movie and there with people in a play and
You
then
think
something.
so?
Have you ever gone home and had like a whole dream, like a whole intimate, full-blown, so feel like his real dream about one of your co-stars, and then when you got back to work and you saw him, it was kind of awkward? Has that ever happened? Stop going, so. Nobody.
Wet dream? When you start wet dream?
But you've never had a wet dream about any of your co-stars?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Nobody you've worked with?
Mm-mm.
It's insane. Nobody with Evie.
Okay. I'm not gonna work with you, right?
Go on, you know. I overthought that. Good one. Have you ever been attracted to anybody you've had to work with as a co-star in an intimate way, sort of way?
Attracted to anybody?
You shouldn't cry.
No.
But that's good though, because that must have been very easy for you then.
But in my time when I started, I never really
Attracted to people?
not really attracted. Like I've been playing with my first play was with
Oh God.
well maybe when I was doing plays in high school for sure.
Oh.
At Murgrove. When Casey did team up with Murgrove, 60 girls, 7 boys.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
How did you handle that?
I couldn't. Every time we huddled, they feel us up.
What?
It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know if I survived that without not losing my virginity, but I did.
You really kept that long.
Yeah, I did. You know, and girls at that moment, I remember this girl at rehearsal. She said she called me backstage, and then she carried me into this classroom, and then when we go into the classroom door was locked. One next girl locked the classroom door.
Excuse me?
Yeah, on me, and me and her in the room, and I was like, "What is this?" You know, like a real nerd. And she started making out with me. I was like, "Oh, this is what it is then."
And you were like,
"Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, it starts to be a boy." Boom, and then she was like, you know, she recognized that I'm not going any further than this foreplay thing.
And she got pissed.
Yeah, she was like, you know, I was like, what?
I don't know what to do.
You know, I didn't have any protection at the time because I never used to walk with any. I never had no reason.
You're not having sex. Why
Yeah,
would you?
man. Yeah,
Exactly.
See that?
Crazy. What?
Yeah, man. So I told her that I never have any. That's why. But it wasn't because I never had any. It was because I was still a virgin.
You were still a virgin. On that note, tell me the story of how you lost your virginity. When, where, how, what time?
Nobody knows.
Excuse me? If not, you gotta eat a wing, and you gotta eat that big one. How did you lose your virginity?
Nobody knows. Oh, I lost one.
What do you mean nobody knows? You weren't there?
Wait, I mean, I was there.
Yeah, man, you have to eat all of that.
I don't tell anybody. Ooh.
If you're not gonna tell me the story of how you lost your
anybody.
virginity, gotta eat this big win and all that stuff.
Now get people coming at it. Well, all right, tell the truth now. No, I never tell anybody. I know that when I was a virgin, by age 22, I remember I told my friend, and he couldn't believe. As a matter of fact, it was like, they must say, yo, hold on the Evie, hold on. I am virgin. I say, yeah, what? And them I know this ever not bring no stories of, you know,
of conquest.
Of conquest. No story of conquest. What's happening? I said, I am virgin, man. That's how I go and hold it. You know what I mean? Though them time I'm a Christian, tough Christian. So, so when I tell them, they told everybody.
Oh my
And
God.
at that time, I got ex-ed.
Yeah.
I wasn't attending ex-ed like a student enrolled, but I was just always visiting.
Oh, got you.
So Kenny Salmon was one of my mentors. So everybody on that compound and everywhere I would go, every girl they would tell. So I became a celebrity because
of your virginity story?
Yeah, I used to have lines of girls.
Excuse me, you have to tell.
Asking me if I'm a virgin for true. And then I met this one, and it's like she was designed to take it.
Oh, and did she?
Yeah, she took it. Yeah.
How did she take it? Did she snatch it, or was she smooth?
No, we planned. I'm gonna hand it over to her. It wasn't taken.
What made her the right one?
I think she wanted to be that person.
And you thought, why not?
Yeah, she was more experienced, and it was a challenge for me too, because I remember the personality was different. Like at them time, if you as a female do certain things when I like you, it was unattractive. Like for instance, if you're not just vulgar, like if you curse, you know, You know,
and that's because of your upbringing too, like you.
And she used to do that, so it was a challenging thing for me to like someone who was just on that spectrum. So it was.
Do you think that there was a part of you that was drawn to that, even though maybe you hated it, you liked it?
Yeah, maybe it's my trauma growing up, seeing my mommy as such a warrior vibe. You know,
Your shadow self.
Maybe. So maybe you tend to dig. You tend to dig someone who has that energy but can control it.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. But what was nice too was that she would not do it around me. She was like, so it was the first time to experience respect without exuding no effort.
Ooh. That made you feel like a man?
Yeah, without no force. So that was it. I think that was the feeling she gave.
Yeah.
Where I felt like I was a man without have to change who I am. Because I was a quiet, reserved person. But, talented when you sit on stage, when you go on with things.
Yeah, man, yeah, come on.
In person, we just chill,
And I often find that with
I don't raise my voice
actors.
too much. Yeah. Because we have to preserve ourselves.
Okay.
Emotionally and physically and things.
True.
So I admire that she would curtail herself. And it was hard too, but that was cool. And then we get closer and closer and
how long did it last?
just for that moment.
Oh.
Yeah, just for that moment.
And then after that you just went on a rampage?
After that I went back
pillaging villages.
I went back to a girlfriend I had.
Oh. And I'm like, hey, I know what to do now.
Maybe now when she's watching this, she realized I didn't lose my virginity with her.
Oh no. You have to send her the episode. You do. You'll get the link one way. I'll get.
What color?
Listen.
It's my high school girlfriend. It's like we were together in high school for like 2 years and we break up. And we never had any form of that type of intercourse. And then after our breakup and we're adults, we decided to have consented, intercourse. And
she thinks she was the first?
yeah, I thought I'm still thinking she's the first too. So I don't know if she have a plot twist for me into, but
she probably does.
Yeah, I had to do a little practice before. I couldn't be like so.
You couldn't just so fresh and
yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, it was such an embarrassing moment for me too.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, like.
Why?
Cause it was so fast.
It usually is. I've heard for young men who heard for the first time.
That was crazy. I was like, the feeling, I was like, why my parents hide me from this feeling for so long? It don't make any sense.
Yeah, like everybody should experience this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's healing. And then, but then, what should I do to prevent this fast thing? And then it was just another new level of anxiety and for me, because then now I have to learn how to do this thing. But if I'm gonna have to bless up that girl who took it, because she sometimes there's no space to practice.
Yeah.
And it's a part of puberty.
It is.
And you need a space to practice, safely. So, and a lot of men are still in that space in their adult self.
True.
And
what if I'm gonna know what am I doing?
No, they don't.
Can I tell you?
So for me, and that's the nerd thing about me, with anything I'm doing, I tend to really research it.
Yeah, you want to be the best at it, right? I'm gonna get some man to understand that. Some man, I will now want to be the best Evie, or make sure, say, if them come together with you, say, both of them experience the pleasure and the joy. Why? How?
Yeah,
how do you walk away knowing that you did not do your utmost? I'm gonna get it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm an achiever. No man,
you have to learn about anything you do if you want to do it to your best. You have
exactly.
To learn, that's. I mean, and I think even because me as a person coming from a breakup I had I realized that I wasn't relationship intelligent, meaning I didn't study it. So and it's something you have to study too.
That's true.
Yeah. So I was just happy go lucky because me just there live certain tour life. So just I wasn't making any deep connections. It was just this twin flaming about the place, But if you're gonna consolidate with someone, especially you say you're gonna live with them or upon them level there, you have to really study it because it's
True.
how you gonna maneuver your emotional swings, their emotional swings,
It's true.
Yeah. So I wish I was at a certain space because you can actually be at a space where any relationship can survive,
Yeah.
and that's a good place to be at. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, wow. I think I'm gonna wrap things right here. We didn't get to go into the honey pot, but that's okay.
oh, what in there, honey?
Well, I did have some. I think I'm not quite sure. Whoa, the cover feel like it's stuck, man.
Yeah, the honey thick.
Yeah, tell man,
Yeah,
juicy. So in the honey pot, sometimes it's sticky, sometimes it's sweet.
Yeah.
But it's always deep. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one.
Talk to me.
Ageism.
Okay. Yeah, ageism. Yeah, that's
So
okay.
earlier, me to ask you what your age, and then tell me,
No,
man.
I say me about 65.
Yeah, no girl like me is in her 30s. And
No, but you're proud of it.
because me just have to embrace it. If I'm going to hide from it, it's the truth. I just the truth.
I wouldn't believe that though.
Thank you. Cause we try to take care of
That
ourselves
is it,
also. But as a girl, when our 30s, more often you meet men where in them 20s and them think you're young. Them, and then we tell them your age, they're like, whoa, but then them still pursue you because they think it's cute. Because realistically, right, I'll meet a guy who is what? Let's say I meet a guy that's 23. I'm 30 something. I'm 36. Okay? The age gap, nah, man. He might think it's cute now. But when we hit 40, he probably not even reach 30 yet. Aaron probably just soon, probably just reached 30, you know what I'm saying? And I think about these things and I think, man, like, how do we navigate, especially...
So you want to be 40 with a 40-year-old or what?
I wouldn't mind somebody close to my age because how realistically, like for you, what's your age? What's the age that you're just simply not gonna date? Like you're right now.
Yeah. First of all, uniform is disgusting.
Absolutely not. Like hell to the no. You're a child.
So, I don't care if the age of consent is 18.
Yeah. Any teen by your name?
Yeah.
No.
So for instance, I'm focused on my life and I don't think I'm gonna be ready for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Then, maybe a 25-year-old would be perfect.
Hey.
Because then if I'm talking to a 30-year-old woman with considering her clock, she'll be need to ready for her family.
Exactly. No, it's true.
And that can be, I never used to think about those things. And that is you need to consider that too.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part with age with women.
Yeah.
Right? So in terms of maturity, age is not an issue. In terms of biology, age is an issue for women.
Yeah. There is a cutoff point.
And for men, we age, we get we don't dwindle. We peak as we get older. In a sense. I mean, maybe our sperm count is going now.
Yeah, the sperm count is definitely.
But we don't have a clock issue where
you can still reproduce.
We can still, you have 80 of the woman impregnate people same way. So
yeah, but is he pleasing people? Anyways. I want to say thank you, Evie, for coming. I have enjoyed this conversation immensely.
Yeah. We never go above 20. We never talk about how high I would go. But
how high would you go? 50?
Oliver is 50.
I think so. Let me see what age.
Check if Halle Berry is 50.
Let me see Halle Berry's age.
How old is Lisa Ann?
Because, Lisa is nearing, I think she was saying today that she's nearing 15 or almost 50. Hold on. But Lisa looks great. Halle Berry is 58.
Yeah, I'll do 58.
So 58 that year,
28 to 58.
and Lisa Hannah.
I think that's my ballpark. 28 to 58.
Oh, that's cute.
You know?
That's cute.
With that whole threshold of maybe to 24, 25. Yeah.
And Lisa Hannah is 49. And
Lisa is 49.
Yeah. She looks great. She's, yeah.
Lisa Anna is 7 years older than me.
Look at that. Match made in heaven.
No, I wouldn't talk to Lisa.
What make?
Because I still want more kids.
On that note, what is under my nose?
I'm out.
That is it. Bye, guys.